Hey guys, it's Stevie P here, and today I want to talk about overcoming mediocrity, breaking that mold of being normal, and basically drowning in monotony for the rest of your life and living with regrets at the end. And this goes hand in hand with being successful. And success can mean whatever you want it to mean, and it can apply to any aspect of life. And it ultimately comes down to two things in order to break out of this kind of normality, this lukewarm normality that most people live their whole lives in. It's just two things. One is learning and growing every day, being willing to learn every single day. And number two is risk taking and taking consistent action and just taking risks perpetually and learning from those risks. So I want to talk about learning and growing first. Most people, they work their regular day jobs and they stay at the same job for a while. They pretty much have their routine. They run on autopilot, so they're doing the same stuff over and over again. They come home, watch TV, eat some food. It's probably not healthy food. So it's that circuitous routine that really isn't beneficial for them. And they're not really learning too much at all. But successful people, and I'm not just talking about monetarily successful people in any aspect of life are constantly learning, constantly challenging themselves. They're reading, they're expressing themselves creatively. They're always looking to learn new things and develop new skills. And that pays off in the long run. The more skills you have, the more you know, the more you're able to apply. So it will pay off in the long run. And it pays off when you go into the second factor I'm talking about, and that's risk taking. So successful people in anything, they take risks. They take action. They don't just sit there and calculate the risks and get paralyzed by it and then fall back into their daily routine. They actually conquer their fear and have the courage to take those risks. And of course, they're not stupid risks. You don't want to be taking stupid risks without thinking. It's calculated risks. Very, very calculated risks that you've kind of gone over in your head a little bit, but not too much that you're paralyzed by it. So you take action as well. Successful people in anything, and even to have fulfillment in your life, you got to take risks. You got to quit your job sometimes. I'm not saying to do it if you have no money in the bank, if you have no savings and quit tomorrow. It's probably not the smartest decision. But you can line it up to take a calculated risk and leave your job. Maybe find a new job, maybe try to start your own company. And the worst thing that can happen is you learn a lot. And if you're in a modern Western country like the US, for example, the worst thing that can happen is you're living in your it's like sleeping on your friend's couch or back with your parents for a little bit until you get back on your feet again. I would rather do that than stay at a job that I hate for 40 years. It's much more interesting in my opinion. And that's what all successful people do. They take those risks. And if it doesn't work out, they learn from it. And learning from the risks makes you such a better person with a wider perspective. You learn from taking risks, from taking action. If you never take risks and take action, you're going to just chill not even chill. You're just going to be relegated to the purgatory of monotony for the rest of your life. And that's when you just find yourself 80 years old living with regret, saying, I should have done more with my life instead of lived my life based upon fears and stayed within my comfort zones the whole time. And risk taking is kind of the lack of risk taking is kind of programmed into us because our school system, it's basically based on getting as close to perfection as possible. So those people who make the least amount of mistakes score the highest. And that's not how real life works. You become more successful in real life when you take risks and you learn from it. That's how you expand. That's how you get successful. Look at any entrepreneur. Look at anyone that's successful in any aspect of life. They take risks and learn. And they don't take stupid risks, but they take calculated risks and keep learning from that. And that's how growth happens. So I don't want to be mediocre. If you're watching this, you don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to live life with regrets. I don't want to be on my deathbed and say, like, I wish I did more. No, I want to live life to the fullest, and I hope you do too. So learn and grow every single day. Be hungry for knowledge and take risks. Take action. Take those calculated risks. Step outside of your comfort zone. All right? Do it. Peace, peace, much love, and one love, baby.